as far as he knows, he left him to die in a volcano. He saw him catch fire and start to burn. So, of course, as far as he would know, Anakin's dead.
Leave us alone.
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
Hello there.
Tendercraft.
Welcome to the Bomb Squad Talks Kenobi. We are talking about episodes 1 and 2 of the hit miniseries Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hit miniseries because this is the one the fans have been demanding for years from Disney. It feels like this is the one they wanted more than anything else. Before we talk about the episodes overall, I just kind of want to, real quick, Tim, what kind of expectations, hype did you have going in for this one?
So this is this is gonna be my hot take for the episode. Like you were saying, this was something that a lot of people were really excited about. A lot of people were really wanting for this Kenobi, either as a movie or a series, but they wanted this story between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope following Kenobi, and I gotta be honest, I did not care. I did not care what Obi-Wan was doing in that particular time period. I'm not saying that to be like a contrarian or whatever, but I'm just like, I feel like that's supposed to be the time period where he's laying low. I just feel like any attempt to try to make that interesting would be forced. I don't know. I didn't really care. I knew I was gonna eventually watch it when it came out because I pretty much watch anything Star Wars except for like the stuff that's literally aimed at preschoolers, which again, not to say that that's bad Star Wars. I'm recognizing that I'm not the target audience, which I think is a important life skill that Star Wars fans should be able to adapt to. But anyway, overall just kind of lukewarm going into it, but I had seen the first trailer and I thought that looked like it would be at least fun, if nothing else. I was excited to see the Inquisitors in live action, so I thought that would be cool. But yeah, I mean, that's generally my thoughts going in. Tanner, back to you.
So my expectations going in were, I wasn't necessarily clamoring for a miniseries or movie set between episodes 3 and 4 starring Obi-Wan. I just wanted anything with Ewan McGregor in the role again, because I think it's a fairly universal thing that everyone's favorite thing about the prequels is probably him as Obi-Wan. If not the favorite thing, it's one of your favorite things. I think is a pretty universal, agreeable thing. Ewan McGregor kills it as Obi-Wan. So I was excited for the show on that level. When they announced that Hayden Christensen was going to be a part of it, I think I got incredibly excited, while at the same time feeling a little cautious, because on the one hand, I really like Hayden Christensen's take on Anakin. Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader is my favorite character in all of Star Wars. So having more of him in the role was exciting. But at the same time, I knew that the directors and writers would have to probably balance things carefully in order to make sure episode 4 still makes sense. Overall, I was really excited just to see Ewan McGregor back in the part. So we'll get right into it with episode 1. Tim, you like part 1?
I mean, I thought it was a decent enough first episode. I liked how it kind of just went right into the stuff with Benny Safdie's character, which I enjoyed seeing him in the role as a Jedi laying low, and the stuff with the Inquisitors is neat. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about just like the dynamic as a whole. Like, on one hand, I kind of enjoy like the drama between them, but at the same time, just like I'm not sure if I'm totally vibing with it. Just like with the rest of the series, I don't know. I'm still jury's out on that one for me. But But yeah, we got that going on. We've got Obi-Wan. He wants to see Luke. He wants to see if he's ready for training. And Owen says, "No, fuck you. You remember what happened last time? Go fuck yourself."
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
I kind of like seeing Obi-Wan on Tatooine and seeing him lay low and just see his normal life play out. He'd just be carving meat out of a thing, not using his powers, really laying low, really just wanting to stay out of the way and not be discovered, because he clearly, even now, knows that Luke is probably the only hope for the galaxy, at least from his perspective. Him or, I guess, his sister, which we'll get into that in a second. One thing I just want to point out about the show is I think this show has been given the biggest budget out of any of the Disney Plus shows, because it really looks like a movie. Would you agree with that, Tim, or?
I mean, it definitely has a very big budget look to it. Are you saying all of the Disney Plus shows, period, like including Marvel,
including
or just
the Marvel
Star Wars?
ones?
Okay, that's given what I know about WandaVision, at least that's a big ask. But yeah, and like I do think it's like they kind of had to make it look like a movie, because like literally the previously on for the first episode was a compilation of the prequels. Previously on Obi-Wan Kenobi, 3 movies that came out between 1999 and 2005.
Yeah, there's some stuff happened. I think, is this the first piece of Disney-era Star Wars content that, I guess aside from the last season of Clone Wars and The Bad Batch, but that ties into like prequel movie content?
I mean, there's a little bit of like Order 66 stuff referenced in Boba Fett.
A little bit, and there's
Grogu.
the Naboo starfighter, but not like this.
Yeah,
It feels like a direct sequel to the prequels in a good way. I think it takes what the aspects of what works about the prequels, and I think it's channeling that. I really love the look of the show. It really does feel big budget. Ewan McGregor just steps right back into character, like he never left. It's interesting seeing the Inquisitors in live action. The closest to this is the Jedi Fallen Order game, where they're animated in photorealistic style. I think I kind of agree with you about their dynamic. I'm not sure how well it fits with the rest of the show, but I really like Reva as a character so far. I really like her a lot.
Yeah, I do think that that is like kind of an interesting story where it's like she feels like she has to prove herself more than the other ones, which I think that like it's literally a black story, is that she has to prove herself more because of who she is.
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty sure we're either going to find out, or they basically already told us that she was one of those younglings at the beginning of the episode, because I noticed that like the first youngling they focused on was a little black girl, and she's a grown black woman now. So I'm getting the vibe that she was a Jedi in training, which most of the Inquisitors were, as far as I know. So that tracks. It's cool seeing the Inquisitors in live action. I really like Reva as a character, and Ewan McGregor steps right back in as Obi-Wan. Really, the entire cast is really great. I love the look of the episode. And this episode also introduces something that was a genuine surprise. I knew that young Luke was going to be a part of this show. I didn't think young Leia would be the Skywalker child that seems to be getting a lot of focus, at least so far.
Yeah, and I did enjoy the stuff with her. I especially enjoyed like her stepping up to her like shitty little cousin.
That was great. You can tell that she's smart for her age. She really acts a lot like Padme. And I get the vibe that I think part of the reason why she reads people so well might be a Force sensitivity thing. Which, cool. It's always cool to see Leia actually tap into the Force at all, because we never really got that in the original trilogy.
Yeah, and I did enjoy the bits of it that they referenced in the sequels. Like even the stuff in Rise of Skywalker I thought was good there.
It's always nice to see Leia be a Jedi of any kind, just a Force user. The inciting incident is Leia getting kidnapped by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, it seems. Or at least Flea. Surprise Flea, Tim. How about that?
There you go.
I will say, the chase in the woods was well shot. The choreography of it was really goofy. At some point, one of the guys chasing after her just runs into a branch that's at eye level. Like, I don't know if you noticed that, but I did. And it's really funny.
I didn't notice that, but that is good.
So Obi-Wan takes the lightsaber out. His and Anakin's lightsaber out from a random spot he buried in the desert. Who knew? I don't know how the hell he found it, because it seems like he buried it dead ass in the middle of nowhere. But he found it. He gets his lightsaber, and he goes on to a new planet. That's all for episode 1, then. Is there anything... Let's move on to episode 2, part 2. Which is Obi-Wan not on Tatooine. He's on a planet, which name escapes me. I am always a fan of these Star Wars planets that are like these dark, seedy, underbelly-type planets. Lost my train of thought, Tim, so can you take it from here?
One thing about the episode in particular that I remember, like, early on is, like, we see Kumail Nanjiani, who's playing a fake Jedi, who's scamming people.
He does such a great job with it, too. He is so good at the bullshit confidence thing. Like, that's his thing as an actor, is that bullshit confidence thing.
Yeah, I loved, like, when he was on that call, and he's just like,
I'm not leaving your mind.
I like seeing Ewan McGregor be resourceful, be kind of detective mode like he is in episode 2. He's going full detective mode, trying to track down Leia. We also find out that Reva hired those people to kidnap Leia as bait to get Obi-Wan. So Reva shows up, tries to get him. The other Inquisitors catch wind of it and are pissed at her. And Leia is your average 10-year-old, which is annoying, but, you know, accurate for a 10-year-old.
annoying but smart.
Annoying but smart. And I liked the Obi-Wan Leia dynamic, and a lot of people, for some reason, are saying, this retcons the original trilogy. This doesn't make sense. How?
I mean, I kind of get that, just because, like, when she's making the call, it's kind of implied that she hadn't actually met him or didn't know. Like, I think it would have worked better if she at no point, like, found out who he was.
Fair.
That's my takeaway on that.
I think, honestly, the big thing here is that it's a fun episode. I like Obi-Wan going through the city. I like that scene where he's in a shootout with other people because he does not want to use his lightsaber. I like Kamali helping him when he realizes that it's an actual Jedi. And, like, he shows, like, oh, you need help. I want to, you know, you're a good person because you're a Jedi. I want to help you kind of scene I really enjoyed. I like Obi-Wan being forced to use his Force powers. I will say, for a hot minute, when the Grand Inquisitor got stabbed by Reva, I kind of went, wait a minute. This takes place... I thought for a second I got the timeline mixed up, and I was like, I thought this took place before Rebels. And I was right.
Yeah.
I was right. And then I remember, oh yeah, Darth Maul got chopped in half and is fine.
Yeah, I also thought, like, maybe it's a different Grand Inquisitor, maybe someone who looks exactly the same takes
His
over.
twin.
Yeah. It's getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Yeah, it can be... I don't think it retcons Rebels. I was worried for a second, thinking, are they just going to decanonize Rebels? But no, it can be easily explained as he's a different guy, or
He survived.
he lived. Yeah. The big thing here, though, is it's at the end of the episode. All the big stuff is like the end. A few things all in once. Number one, Obi-Wan finds out that Anakin is still alive.
Anakin Skywalker is alive.
Yeah, and in that moment, like, it actually hadn't occurred to me that he didn't know.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, like, I don't know why that never occurred to me, but, like, until then it never occurred to me that he didn't know, but then his reaction was like, oh shit. Like, I figured he was just telling people that he died so that they would be on a need-to-know basis or whatever, but like he didn't know. And then like that very last shot where he's like going, oh shit, he's still alive, and then it cuts to Vader in the tank,
which was sick match cut.
Yeah, I love that. That shot was great. I love seeing. I'm assuming that's Hayden in that.
That's Hayden.
Suit.
That has to be Hayden, and he looks, my boy, my baby boy is back, Tim.
He looks great as Mauled Vader,
and Ewan sells that moment so well.
Yeah,
he sells it so incredibly well. Like, and yeah, I'm with you. It had not occurred to me that he wouldn't have known, but when I thought about it, it's kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. As far as he knows, he left him to die in a volcano. He saw him catch fire and start to burn. So, of course, as far as he would know, Anakin's dead. And if he's been hiding out on Tatooine this whole time, chances are he hadn't heard of Darth Vader. So it makes perfect sense that he wouldn't know. The other big thing is Reva being like, I'll bring you to Lord Vader. That's right, Obi-Wan. Anakin Skywalker is alive. And I remember watching being like, time out. Very few people know that Anakin is Vader. In all of the current Disney canon, the Emperor and Vader try to hide that, make that a secret. It is the biggest secret in the Empire. Only a few people know. In the Darth Vader comic, when the Jedi, or not the Jedi librarian, someone says, oh, you're Anakin Skywalker, Vader is on a ship, and he just bursts all the windows and lets everyone fly out and die, including the pilot, just because someone said that. So why does Reva know? That's interesting. That is instantly an intriguing and interesting question. How does Reva know? Why does Reva know? Is it as simple as at the Jedi Temple, she saw Anakin as Vader and someone addressed him as Lord Vader, and she just put, she just, put two and two together?
Yeah, I don't really know where the explanation for that is, so I'm curious.
Yeah, but we're probably going to get some more Vader next episode, I'm guessing. It might even be a more Vader-focused episode, I don't know. After the Book of Boba Fett had a whole-ass episode where Boba Fett wasn't in it, I can't trust the names of these shows anymore. But are you excited for these next two episodes, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not fully convinced. Like, I enjoyed these episodes. I think it's doing a decent job so far. I don't think I quite enjoy this as much as the last two live action shows, but we have time. We'll see where it goes.
I can say I easily like this more than Boba Fett. Personally, I don't even think it's remotely close. I'm excited for these next two episodes. I am excited to see what they do with Hayden Christensen, and I'm sure this is all leading up to a showdown between the two of them. Again, cautiously optimistic or nervous about what that's going to look like, but I think there is definitely a small needle to be threaded where you can write that in episode 4 still works. It'll be tough, but I think they've convinced me they can do it so far. You know what else I'm excited for, Tim?
The return of Jesus.
You! Jesus God. You fucking hell. I wasn't expecting the Jesus. God.
Nobody expects the Jesus.
Oh, you, the person watching this vidcast, thank you oh so very much for watching. While you're here, go down in the comment section below and let us know, what do you think of the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan? Are you excited for the rest of the show? Do you think the show justifies its existence? And finally, how hot is Ewan McGregor? Comment below and let me know. While you're down there, hit the like button so we know how much you like us. Hit the subscribe button so we know how much you love us. And hit the bell icon so you know exactly when we upload new videos. Thank you so very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next 2 episodes of this vidcast series. And also stay tuned for the Ms. Marvel vidcast series, which will be starting around the same time as the second volume of this one. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye!
Farewell.
Hello there.
I slid my ticket across the table and I said, sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl.